Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get airborne. Arthur, there is no sound because I do not start early. I think you're the same guy that says that every week, man. I start on time to the minute. My Breitling is tuned to the U.S. Naval Observatory's clock. Actually, my old Breitling, which was stolen, is tuned to it. Now I just use my cell phone. So now you should hear me, Arthur. You got it? Tamara, Chicago's great, man. Coming to you from the options capital of the world. Having an absolute blast up here, folks. I forgot what a cesspool South Florida is. The people, just the lifestyle and everything like that. It's great to be back here in the Midwest in a great city. Getting a lot of intel, folks. Holy crap, man. Great breakfast this morning. Had a quick coffee. Going to meet some folks from Options House, E-Trade in a little bit. Some hedge fund guys for dinner. It's been a great time up here, guys. So it's very, very good to be back here in Chicago. So like I said, great, getting some great intel. And man, have we? Well, we're not alone. Let's just I'll leave it at that we're not alone. And guys, I was putting my Facebook page up there, Arthur, and that's probably why you're like, hey, I can't hear anything. I was just driving around here. You have to go to. Man, I've been on fire ever since we have a lot to talk about. Ever since the Paris Accord and liberals absolutely imploding because of that crappy deal, to Kathy Griffin, to Bill Maher, to the terrorist attacks, you have got to be on the Facebook page or my Twitter to really see where I am. It really does help your strategic mindset, folks. I mean, look at the Wall Street Journal here. Where is it? You're right. Oh, here's the headline. Hey, politics should matter most to markets. It says not terrorism, but for all the idiots who show up to my Options Weapons School Full Throttle launches who are like, I'm out of here, where's the trades, your politics suck, or politics, where's trades? And politics drives the markets, guys and gals. If you don't believe that, you're broke. But you should be following me on Twitter, guys. If you don't know what the hell Twitter is, welcome to 2006. You got to get on Twitter. Just open an account and at least follow me and my tweets, because it'll help you do your intel gathering for what I'm going to be talking about. So if you're not following me on Twitter, you're wrong. And that means you should also be on what? Stock Twits. Okay? Stock Twits is right here. I post a lot of this stuff on Stock Twits as well. Okay? Frank, politics only seems to drive the market up, not down, at least lately. We'll talk about that, man. This is unbelievable. Couple tin sandwiches with my buddies going, everybody looking around the table going, are you doing this? Who's doing this? Who's bidding this market higher? Nobody is. There's three dudes on the floor, Steve, Frank, no offense, Frank, and Moose, who are driving this market higher, man. We had 7 people get their throats slit open by people yelling Allah Akbar. And of course, NBC wouldn't tweet the president's tweet because it's unconfirmed. What a bunch of retards. I can't even get started, folks, on the politics of what's happened in the past week. From that disgusting from that disgusting dude, Kathy Griffin, and then having a press conference blaming Trump. Hey, man, you throw the first punch, I'm going to beat you into the dirt, and you're going to claim to be the victim? She's gross. Then Bill Maher using the N-word. That's the face of the Democratic Party today, guys, is Bill Maher, Kathy Griffin. Hillary Clinton sitting there last week at a conference blaming everybody in the world for her loss except her shitty candidacy. Guys, it's just, why am I ranting about this stuff? Because we live in an absolutely bizarre world right now. Nobody I know in Chicago that I'm meeting with believes any of this. Look at this thundering herd message today. You ready? All news is good news. Isn't that incredible? Thank you, Chris. There's the headline from the thundering herd, Merrill Lynch. Okay. Paul, that's not a bad take. Paul says markets are being driven higher by foreign money escaping hellholes, along with diminished expectations of higher interest rates. And Putin's skewering Megyn Kelly. She's gross. But folks, that's not a bad point. But interest rates, I covered last week in my Friday market wrap-up. Where's Goldman Sachs? Goldman Sachs already punted their rate hike forecast back to December, from September to December. So we might get one before the buzzer sounds at the end of the year, guys. And you know this Whizism. When interest rates are low, stocks will grow. When interest rates are high, stocks will die. Okay, so of course, but let me take issue with the second part of that, Paul. or the first part, foreign money escaping hellholes. If you look at, we'll talk about the EWZ tomorrow. Emerging markets are starting to come in favor now because of the exact opposite, guys. I know no money manager that I've had a couple beers with or breakfast with who is deploying capital up here. They are looking at emerging markets. One of the biggest things we talked about over the weekend was Brazil. I'm glad we're in EWZ, man, because it's a lot of other dudes are like, whoa, good call. Or I've been looking at that, now it's time to get in. So we'll talk about EWZ tomorrow. We got to talk about our weekly trades here. And I don't want to go too long because, again, I'm out busy gathering intel for all of us. Yes, guys, I did update this page with the restaurant information. Anybody else coming or grabbing a ticket? Like I said, the next one might be in the winter because I want to go skiing. You know, I don't have a conference necessarily where I am. I want to get out of town. Maybe we'll do it. Well, no. We'll. I think Skip updated, or he's going to update it. He didn't update it with the restaurants. Let me grab the restaurant information real quick for those of you who are coming. Like I said, anybody, guys? Anybody? Bueller? Who else is coming? Anybody else doing the last minute? I got a great airfare deal. Copy message. Let me post this right here. Andrew, it's going to be business casual. You know, I'm a jeans, boots, and a nice shirt. Maybe a sport coat. Maybe not. So there it is. So Andrew, you know, Jake, last minute call. All right, Jake, we got seats. I think we can squeeze you in for dinner. I think the dinners are full, but I'll talk to the restaurants and figure it out. Switzerland next time. Yeah. No. But there, I just put it in the chat box there. All right, guys, let's get airborne. 2 weeks in a row of losing weekly options trades. Haven't had that. I actually looked in like 2.5 years. Doesn't matter how long it's been, Whiz. It's been in 2 weeks in a row, and that kind of sucks for me. I'm brand new or something like that. Get over it. Period. These things happen, guys. If you looked at this chart and said, hey, man, I'll take the other side of that trade. I'm going to go short vol and long this market. Good for you, man. Go grab $1 billion from investors and open a long-only hedge fund and see how long you're going to last, guys. This is awful, okay? But, again, I tried to put in a top here. Pop. I'm not putting in a top here. The market, exactly, Chuck. You have to trade your plan, man. My strategic mindset and my commit criteria for both those weekly options bear call spreads was absolutely sound. Look at us, folks. We just had 7 assholes who I know are burning in hell right now, or I'm sorry, 3 assholes, cut the throats of people. And I love the mayor of London. What a jackass. He remained, you know what? If you're one of the 7 dead, it is easy to remain calm and not worry about anything because you're dead, okay? And police, 8 minutes away. Police are minutes away when seconds count. Anybody notice that none of these attacks are in Texas? The last time, remember that Draw Muhammad conference they had like a couple years ago? We dropped 2 of those guys in a parking lot after they got out of their car. Bring that shit to Texas, ISIS. No, they bring it to London because the mayor believes that living in a big city, it's all part of it. Living in a big city, you should be used to terrorist attacks. Well, folks, this is awful. I know he's a Muslim, Barry. He took his oath of office on the Quran. It's ridiculous. So here's what we need to do. Harry, with the Fukushima nuclear plant meltdown, Harry, it's awful, guys. The world is an awful place right now. Gutter just got, when you get alienated from your buddies, I've been to all these countries, guys, Saudi, UAE, Bahrain, and I haven't been to Egypt, sorry. When they cut ties with Gutter, holy crap, you know the world's coming to an end. The 4 Arab states also close air and sea routes to their neighbor. This is bad, guys. This is awful. So we have Americans holding up the decapitated head of their president and then blaming the president for them doing that. We have did everybody see this? If you watch CNN, I can't believe you're a member here. Did anybody see this? Of course you didn't because the media isn't going to show this. A BBC crew caught a CNN crew staging an anti-ISIS protest with a couple with a couple handful of Muslims. They staged an anti-Muslim protest. Let me say this again, right before the BBC's eyes. You have got to watch this, ladies and gentlemen. They scripted so CNN could go, see, look, there's some moderate Muslims out here that are, doing the good work. It's a lie. Here's why I can't stand Muslims, because I did not see one moderate Muslim on the media condemning any of this. Where's CARE? So this leads me to believe that there is either one, no such thing as a moderate Muslim, or they're a bunch of cowards because they're afraid to speak up against the, quote, radical Muslims, and they got to leave it to guys like me to go turn those people into hair, teeth, and eyeballs since they're cowards. Those are the only two choices, folks. There are no moderate Muslims, or they're cowards. Or they're liars, and they're being staged by CNN. It's awful. Okay? This is why you got to be on my Facebook page and Twitter, folks. I ripped these guys a new one, not that they care who I am, but this guy and Iger, the head of Disney, they're both liberal pieces of shit, hypocrites. They quit Trump's advisory councils because he quit the Paris thing. Yet these are two dudes that fly around on $70 million jets on a daily basis, blowing dinosaurs out the back of those engines. You cared about the environment, Elon, you'd start flying first class. I'm not going to say coach because you're rich enough to afford a first class ticket. Stop flying your freaking private jet around the world instead of quitting an advisory council. This is the thing with liberals, folks. They're hypocrites. Ugh. I can't. And then the last rant before we talk weekly options is this one. So liberals who under Obama, there's no such thing as states' rights. We're going to determine what bathroom you can use. We're going to determine everything on a federal level. There are no such thing as state rights. Now that Trump pulls out of the Paris thing, New York, Washington, Oregon, now all believe in states' rights, and they're going to blow off the federal government and adhere to the treaty. Isn't it disgusting, folks? I can't get over the hypocrisy. It chokes me. All right, let's start trading. 12-minute rant. I'm good. Stock steady. Oil falls amid geopolitical tensions in the Middle East. Investors fear Middle East feud may translate into bigger discord among major oil producers. Real quick before I leave this screen, guys. The day after, or a day and a half after a terrorist attack, the Paris Accords, all sorts of craziness going on in the world. The VIX is at 9. When I did the sit rep, guys, it was at 972. The VIX is at 963. I'm going to be in the CBOT, in the CBO here in about 2 hours. I'm going to walk around the VIX pit and go, I just can't wait to see what's going on. Paul, you would think that. You would think that. John, actually, there weren't any gun control idiots out after the London attacks. Trump had a great tweet. He said, does anyone notice that we're not talking about gun control? Because they use knives and a van. Yeah, I saw that, Kevin. I saw Doug. I was running around the park there, and I saw Doug's trade. Man, this is stupid, guys. But I got to remind myself of my own Whizism. The market can remain irrational longer than we can stay solvent. The market's going up, guys. 2 bad weekly options trades. But again, folks, you can't be upset when your strategic mindset and your commit criteria were sound. Exactly, Deborah. The only solution is to take away knives and vans. The unemployment rate on Friday sucked. And we got WWDC this week out in San Jose, out near Cupertino, right? Let's get to a trade, guys. I can't even debrief the SPX trade last week because it was stupid. It was a short squeeze, and now nobody is getting short this market, so it's going to go up. But of course, now that Whiz says the market's going to go up, we're going to implode this week, right? No, we're not going to do that. My strategic mindset, here it is, guys. It has officially changed to cautiously bullish from neutral. You can't fight it anymore. You have to trade the market you have, not the market you want. Okay? So, Dennis, we are in GoToWebinar for the 8 millionth time, folks. I use GoToTraining for accelerated retirement. In GoToWebinar, we have too many people in here, folks. Anytime you get over 200, you can't use GoToTraining, guys. We're in GoToWebinar because that's why I try and limit. This is why I'm not full of shit, guys. I'm not a marketer. We limit the size of the rooms because I'd love to be able to see everybody's comments. The only one we can do that is an accelerated Accelerated retirement, guys, okay? Let's move on. You can't see anybody's comments because this weekly options has about 200-ish members, okay? Harry, here's what Comey did last time. It's funny because I saw, who was it? The South Carolina guy. I can't stand the Republican. He's like, I think this is going to be into Comey bashing Trump, and he will take the fifth on everything else and say, well, there's an independent prosecutor looking into it. I can't quote. So I don't think it's going to bring the market down because he's not going to say anything new. The worst thing he can say is the president tried to influence me to ditch the General Flynn investigation. And then Republicans are going to jump over, well, I would, and strangle the guy and go, give me your badge while you're fired. Why didn't you turn in your badge? Graham, thanks, Doug. Okay, so I don't think Comey's going to do anything. He's not going to be impeached, folks, unless, like 100 Republicans jump ship, and they're not going to do that. They're signing their own death warrant, okay? Exactly, Perry. Comey's a politician. He ain't no, whatever, guys. So we got to smoke the hopium, guys. The top, you see the short squeeze top right here? If we are going to pull back, the support would right be at the top of that 24, 25-ish, okay? We got to stop. We got to stop stepping in front of the train. That is my fault. I failed 2 weeks in a row, and I don't like it. I hate it. It pisses me off. But again, guys, you have to trade the market you have, and this market is going higher. Whiz, you just scared the shit out of me, man. Terrorism, this, that, the other thing, oil, war in the Middle East. Who cares? You know what? I care. And that's why you have to have what we put on last week, the new word I came up with. If you weren't in it, it's called a tredge. It's a trade and a hedge. I think Vol's got to wake up here, guys. Something's going to happen to freak this market out in the next couple weeks. What is it, Wiz? I don't know, man. I just briefed you on all the things that could freak us out, and they aren't. So if the things that we think will freak us out aren't freaking us out, guess what we're going to do? We're going to bid this market higher. We're going to have our hedges on in case we're wrong, but you have to bid this market higher. Cruiser, absolutely. It's sitting right there, man. I'm not going to cover it. It's not weekly options, but of course I'm keeping this VXX bullish double vertical. Why wouldn't I? Guys, all right, now I have to take an off ramp here. Guys, what happened 3 weeks ago with a VXX trade? It was Tuesday in a primary live trade brief when some of you were like, hey, Wiz, the VXX trade for Friday, it's underwater, and are you going to roll it? You're going to move it? My answer was no. I'm not touching it, folks. That you don't touch those things. I don't. You can do whatever you want with them. Why don't I touch them? Here's my exact response. You should watch the PLTB from 3 weeks ago or whenever it was. I said, folks, it's Tuesday. This VXX bullish double vertical expires Friday. I said, with my luck, the world will end between now and Friday, or whatever I said. And what happened? What happened on Thursday or Wednesday, whenever it was of that week? Does anybody remember what happened? Please tell me. What happened? This happened. The infamous Comey memo from the Washington Post reporter who never saw it and used an unnamed source caused the market to go down about 300 points. And that VXX trade went from being down 2 or 3 grand to being up 4 grand. 387 point market drop. Juan, you got it. Perry, you nailed it. I had it was $8,300. We had an $8,300 swing in that trade. Do not, folks, these VXX trades are set it and forget it for me. I am flying this airplane, folks. I'm the pilot in command. 2 shitty weekly options trades in a row. I'll take the hits on those. But I'm also flying this plane, and I have this bomb strapped to my wing for a reason. I ain't dropping or touching it early. I am holding it. Does everybody understand that? This is an Obama teachable moment. Okay? So, Cruiser, Doug added a VXX bull call trade as well, playing Comey testimony. Love it. He's my boy. Not Comey, Doug. So there you go. I wouldn't double up. If you have one of these on, they'd be good to go. But remember, guys, I've talked, and I know some of you have eased your pain. I sound like Bill Clinton. I feel your pain. Have eased your pain in the past couple weeks because you did get a chance to leg into the Iron Condors. The Whiz fighter never got filled on the other spreads, and I got kicked in the Jimmy. So, that's me. So some of you aren't as in much as pain as me. So that's good. So here's what I was going to get at. You see this little level off here? I think we might have a little bit of this here. So I would like an iron condor here. I looked at the money straddle before I hopped on the air here. So let's take a look at the 24.25, 24.20 bull put spread. I'm done trying to put a top on this market. It's a fool's errand. So, and if you've gotten burned like me for the past 2 weeks, which is statistically doesn't happen often, but it did. I know that doesn't help new folks. Like, well, you're impressing the hell out of me. I'm always the guy that shows up at Aspen, and they're like, "Dude, you should have been here weeks ago, man. The powder was epic." Well, I wasn't, and I'm here today, and it's rocks. I get that, but folks, you gotta stay, man. You gotta. This I told you as soon as you checked on board, we will lose some battles, man, but the objective is to win the war. I'm going to go up to 95 cents because I think we're going to pull back. It's Monday, guys, and we're just flopping around. I'm going to be at the SPX pit in a couple hours, like I said. I'll see this trade. Let me talk through it with the analyze screen here. I'm going to sell 15 of the 24.25 puts and buy the 24.20s. I looked at the money straddle, and this is right around that. If we hang here, I will just keep this trade on. If we start to grind higher, I might look at a bear call spread, but Christ almighty, looking at the past couple weeks, no. Let's do some damage control, man. The max potential loss is $6,000. That's a little north of Whiz's SOP. I'm okay with that. Why? Because there's an 80% probability of at least breaking even or making $1,400 this week. Okay? And if the market does roll over, that VXX bullish double vertical could save our ass. Okay, so here's how we do it at TGO. We hedge the front months, and we also trade weekly options. So whoever just asked that, no, I'm not even going to tell you what strikes I'd be looking at with the iron condor. I know a lot of you guys do that to me, and I'm not gonna tell you. Okay. Rogelio, yes, unfortunately got hit with the 3 losers. Things happen. I faith. Thanks, Rogelio. I appreciate that. Exactly, Rogelio. Well, Rogelio, and you know, like I said, this is we are in uncharted territory. So sometime the last time Rogelio, and where's Fish? Is Fish in here? Fish had to bail out of our live event, but folks, the last time this happened to me, like 2 weekly options trades losers in a row, was 2013. I had to look back at this, Rogelio. It was kind of when the quantitative easing thing was going on, and I had 2 losers in a row because that's really when I pulled my I have an old log or, like stock book that I keep track of my lessons learned in, and it's highlighted, it's scribbled, it's everything. It says the market will remain irrational longer than you can stay solvent, man. So that's my fault. But guys, Rogelio, yeah, you're a new lifetime member. You're gonna, you can see in the portfolios over the lifetime at TGO. I mean, hell, man, we are up triple digits. So it wasn't Jan 2016. Nope, not for me. Jan 2016, Juan, oil was imploding. We were trading bearish double verticals on SDS in the market, and we did well. Doug, everybody's a good backseat driver. Exactly. Harry, I had the same trade, but today's expiration 5 contracts up $1,200. It's awesome. Harry, would you roll this trade? The one you have on or the one I'm talking about? Hold on, guys. I need to shoot this out, this alert out. And folks, like I said, we're doing an experiment here. I've seen the emails to support. I will take them under advisement. The email broadcaster, see, this is what the broadcaster is, guys. Text and email, and this is how I can upload images. The emails fire the same in 2 seconds. I've been testing this, guys. I get the text in 2 seconds. I get this email in 2 seconds. So because some of you have deliverability issues with text, especially my Canadian friends. So we are doing an experiment in June. Please do not email support again and say, I didn't get any text last week. I know you didn't. That means you either didn't attend any live briefs, you didn't watch the replays, or you didn't read the email from the last replay, because I put it in there, guys. So please pay attention the last time I'm going to say it. I'm conducting a June experiment. Some of you say text is better. Some of you say email is better. Some of you say nothing. I am going to do what is best interest of you guys. Okay? Come on. So far, 100% on the email blaster since you started the test. Thank you, Harry. Remember that emails travel slow through spam filters, exchange. Andrew, that's not true. Not with Gmail. That's why I'm telling you, folks, it takes 1 second to open a Gmail account. Open a Gmail that says andrewbarnes@gmail.com or TGO, okay? Let me get to Apple in a second, guys. What if I don't check emails very often? Folks, that's not me. Guys, I know almost of no person on the face of this earth that does not. I don't have my camera on because after lunch I went for a run, so I look like crap. Everything is on this cell phone that is in my hand. The broadcaster, my options house portfolios, my emails, everything is on my cell phone. I know of no human being except a couple of our members apparently who don't get emails on their cell phones. That's weird to me. No alarm sound for emails, though. That's what's important about text. Juan, that's a setting on your phone, man. Guys, look in the settings on your phones. I have one alert sound for a text and one alert sound for an email. Rogelio, or I'm sorry, Jeff. No, the dinner Friday night is open to only people who paid for the dinner, and we will be looking at names, Jeff. So if you want to attend the dinner, I think it's $150. Folks, if you want to attend the dinner, you want to upgrade to attend the dinner with us, either Friday or Saturday night, just email support. It's $150. Email, okay, a lot of people are saying that. Dennis, I don't know how you stay sane with I don't know how you stay sane with some of these questions, Dennis. It's patience, man. Sylvana, I have these as VIP messages and it alerts me the second it arrives. David doesn't even have a cell phone, so it's of no use to him. Guys, I gotta send this out. Is the trade official? You got off the topic of the trades. Thanks, Steve, for getting me back on topic, man. Sorry. Weekly options, new, SPX, bull, put, spread. Sorry I got off topic. Thanks for bringing me back on. That's mutual support. Whoever just said that, yes, you can attend the dinner. Somebody else asked about the dinner. You can attend, guys. Don't think you're sneaking in. I'm taking names, man. So yes, email support, weekly options, new, SPX, bull, put, spread. If you can't beat them, join them. It's 15 contracts, guys, and I can write more in the email, folks, than I can in the text. Some people are confused in the text. June 9 expiry. I'm going to buy the 2420s as a hedge. I'm going to sell the 2425s. Yes, I have. I've seen predictions of 2,500 by the end of the month, folks. You know, end of June, we're going to be above 2,500. It's a credit spread, plus or minus. I'm going to go 10 cents. Might leg into an iron condor, but market continues to melt higher. So may just stick with this trade. Look at that. And can even say more. Isn't that better? Crap, you know what? I need to, 1 second, folks. Everybody do me a favor in time. Let's see when you get it. I need Doug's sending out text alerts. That's my fault, crap. Where's Doug? Hold on a second here, guys. Contacts, recent. I need to, hold on, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, so send broadcast. Oh, I didn't even send it, idiot. I even sent it. I don't care if it's already down 80 cents, guys. That's ridiculous. That's why I give you a range, okay? So, guys, make sure. That's why I give us a plus or minus, okay? I'll talk about Apple in a second, folks. Now it's up to 87. Now it's down to 82. That's why it's moving around, guys. That's why I put it in at 95 cents. I think we're going to be a little higher. So everybody give me their timing. How we doing on deliverability? Oh, it's on my cell phone. Got it. Alerts. Where's Gmail? Gmail. Oops. Here it is right here, guys. Same as a text. Told you guys. Don't give me this. Somebody's like, I got it at 11 o'clock last night. That's completely false. That might have been when you got it. That's not when we said it, man. Everybody, 59 seconds, Tim. Earthlink, okay. Gmail, okay. Received it in Outlook, Cruiser. See, guys, I'm not going to, so I'm received in Arizona. Few seconds. James, 2 seconds. All right, guys, good. Patrick, even more metric. Sent at 130, got it at 130. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, now you know what I'm leaning towards. All right, because we're literally jumping through our ass with the text with a lot of our Canadians and even some of it. We got a couple of people from China now, and China telecoms ain't exactly digging the. All right, Doug, stop talking to me. The stuff. Okay. All right, let me talk about Apple. Stop talking, Doug. Jeff, not to be a pain in the ass, but can you set up multiple email addresses? If not, no, we can't. Nope. That's actually, then people are stealing, man. I'm not saying you're stealing, Jeff, but with the multiple email address thing, it's like, let me send it to my mom and dad. So Orlando workplace shooting. God almighty, man. What's the world coming to? Let me talk about Apple. I'm not looking at an Apple weekly options trade. Look at the at-the-money straddle, guys. I'm going over a little bit, but I wanted to talk. Scott got it in the Philippines in 2 seconds. That's awesome. Good for you, Scott. 2 seconds to the Philippines, folks. I'm not dealing with this tech stuff anymore. I think our experiment might be complete. Tim, you win the internet for the day. LOL, Doug can talk longer than we can stay rational. Oh my God, Tim, you get the 4-star TGO award, man. That is, you're killing me. Oh, Andrew's laughed too. He is the man, Andrew. Oh my God, that's awful. That's awesome, Tim. Thank you for saying that. I'm gonna use that. I'm not gonna give you credit on that either, dude. It's too funny. You don't deserve that funny. I'm taking that. Well done, Tim. All right, let's close with Apple, guys. So the WWDC's talking. I think their chief engineer just got on stage and all sorts of stuff. Look at the at-the-money straddle. Where are we? About one. Of course, there's no 154. It's about a $3 wide straddle. If you did, and the vol's actually, not that high. This is why I think it was, what is it, AR or one of my other services, we do have a wider iron condor on Apple, and I'm okay with it, is because look at the vol. Nobody is expecting a Amazon Prime Video coming to Apple TV. Yay. Nobody's expecting any massive, hey, we brought Steve Jobs back to life and here's a time machine. It's not going to happen. So if anything, it's down 1% today. This is like an earnings trade to me, guys. I know some of you are pretty savvy. I wouldn't mind in my personal portfolio doing something like this in Apple, Iron Condor, and maybe Whiz does have something like that. But as a portfolio manager, TGO, it's a little too, I'm not going to say dangerous. It's a little too aggressive. There's the word. But I got to be honest with you, man. I don't see anything massive this week, okay? I follow all the Apple blogs. It was at Macworld and I follow all the booger eater Apple sites and talk to one of my buddies, an Apple market maker. They don't see anything massive, but with my luck, that's the Thursday afternoon And here's the Jesus app. He's in your phone now or something, and the stock either implodes or goes through the roof. Okay, so yeah, I saw that the smart pill. That was freaking funny. Tim wins the internet. So guys, let's stick with this. Let me go down to 90 cents. I said plus or minus 10 cents. So I'll go down to 90. But we go higher, man. I'm done. Well, now it went down to 90 too easily. Now I'm back to 95. I'm going to sit here for a little bit, guys. I got to shower and go meet. I'm going to go to the SPX bid here in a couple minutes. I'll go check on our trade. How about that? But you got to be careful with whoever just asked to put the top on this. I'm done. I failed, guys. I failed. Tough words to say, man, but who else failed? You guys didn't. It was me. I thought my strategic mindset and rationale were still fine. After you're going to tell me, absent the, look at this, guys. Bear with me for 1 second. I'll let you go. You see this implosion here, the Comey implosion? Are you going to tell me that cut this out? I wish I could right-click and click cut and make this disappear, and then slide this rally up to rate at this point. You're going to tell me, absent the Comey implosion, we would have done this here? On what? So I'm not trying to validate my 2 losses, man. I got shot down twice, and it sucks. But when you get shot down in a battle that you thought you were going to win, and you did all your planning, and those are the weeks where you just shake your head and go, hey, man, that was our week to get our ass kicked. So, Paul, for new subscribers who don't have an Apple trade, what do you suggest now? Paul, hopefully you're a member that will be in the primary live trade brief tomorrow morning. We'll talk about a new Apple Jan 19 trade tomorrow, okay? Paul, I don't like mixing portfolios, even though I kind of meander around sometimes, because some people are just weekly options members, Paul, and it's out of line right now to talk about a new Apple trade. Plus, we only go for 30 minutes in our weekly options live trade brief. So, Paul, hopefully you're in the primary live trade brief, okay? Jake, let me read a couple of these. Shake it off, and let's wait for the next clear signal with you on that on this top. Thanks, Jake. Folks need to listen to you. Let's trade the market we have. Thanks, Rogelio. June is usually down month for the past 10 years. Rob, exactly. Sell in May and go away. You would think it would be, but again, man, this is a new market. Cruiser, you're an officer and a gentleman with uncompromising integrity. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Well, you guys know me, man. As a naval aviator, as a fighter pilot, you have a crappy mission, man. You don't get together behind closed doors and puff each other's chests up about how great you are. You go, hey, man, we were awful. And why were we awful? Here's why we were awful. The market went up. I can't find reasons to point to why our commitment criteria and strategic mindset were sound. Literally, guys, let me leave you with this parting thought. Curtis, our winners are way ahead of our losers. We didn't fail yet. Thanks, Curtis. I appreciate that. So, guys, this is how macabre it is in naval aviation. If somebody goes out and gets smoked and gets killed, let's say you lose a squadron mate because of something stupid. We'll still mourn. We'll still, his wife, his kids. It's a freaking tragedy. But under bated breath in the officers club, as we host a drink, we all look at each other and go, he was a fucking idiot. But if you go out and get smoked, or you fail on a trade because of something we just didn't, you did your planning. You had your strategic mindset. You had your commit criteria. You looked at threats. You looked at potential resources. You did everything. And you get smoked, we will dance on top of the bar for you, because there's nothing that you could have done to prevent that. That little pop last Thursday, that short squeeze, I'm like, of course, that makes total sense, Mr. Market or Mrs. Market. It doesn't. But we're going to clean our wounds. We're going to get back on the horse. That's all we can do. I hate having a couple losing trades in a row in weekly options, but that's also why you don't only trade weekly options. You don't only, you got to be in accelerated retirement or the PLTB or Doug. You got to diversify, man. And if you do have a couple weekly options trades in a row that we're losing, sit on your hands, guys. You bet, Rob. So here's what my advice to you to do is. Of course, Murphy's Law says that now that Whiz puts on a bull put spread, we implode. I fully expect that to happen. No, I'm kidding. It's definitely a joke, or I wouldn't put the trade on, guys. But here's the deal. if you're a card counter like I am, man, and you watch the market and you only enter if you feel pretty good, if the deck's going against you, man, step back. Don't sit there and double up the catch-up. That is the last thing you should do. Does everybody understand that? Thank you, Jeff. It's why you have an SOP. That's exactly right. You got it, Harry. So I'm going to leave you with that, guys. Let's fight on. Let's look at a bull put spread. If we are going to wallow around here, I would look at a bear call spread, maybe. But stepping in front of this market has failed twice in a row, and I'm not going to do it again. This is a nice 80% bull put spread. A lot of risk to it, guys. If you're not willing to risk that much, don't do it. Or grab some popcorn and sit on your hands and watch this week. Okay, if you had 2 weekly option trades in a row that sucked, like I did, maybe sit on your hands if you're new. Okay, that's what you should do. Okay, Rogelio got filled at 90, so maybe my 95 is around the corner here. There we go, 92.5. I'm going to stick at 95, guys, because like I said, I think we might see a little bit of a Monday afternoon. I got to go, man. I got to get a shower, literally, because I am going to the SPX pits. I think they let you bring. Yeah, they let you bring cameras on the floor. I'll try and get a picture of me in the SPX pits, guys, unless there's new terror counterism measures or something like that. All right, guys, I got to go. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. Watch the sit rep. Do me a favor and share those things on YouTube or whatever. And do me a favor, make sure you get to our Top Gun Options page, click like, and send our rants out around the world, man. Let's try and make the world a better place. And also follow me on Twitter, guys, because that's where you're going to get some good entertainment, man. There's good entertainment on my Twitter feed. Liberals, man, I have been having a blast lighting people up this weekend. I've been on a roll, guys. If you like my live rants, check out my Twitter feed, okay? I am going to go to the VIX pit, Juan. The SPX and the VIX pits are, I think, the only 2 pits left down the street here. It's sad. So, Andrew, having a blast reading your Twitter feed. Thanks, Andrew. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see many of you tomorrow morning in the PLTB. God bless. Love you guys. We'll see you.